I've been waiting for Arknights Endfield for months. On paper, this game was dangerous. A gacha game that blends action RPG combat, tower defense, and full-on resource management? That's either inspired design or a hostage situation. And after spending a frankly irresponsible amount of time with it, I can say Endfield delivers on exactly one promise. It is a factory simulator you can play forever. The problem is, you really shouldn't. Let's start with the good, because Endfield absolutely deserves some credit. This game looks fantastic. Character designs are top tier gacha bait, the world building is strong, and the soundtrack is genuinely excellent. The cutscenes are stylish and expensive in that very specific way only gacha games seem able to afford. Every character looks like they were designed to sell extremely well in a limited banner, because of course they were. Conceptually, the story is interesting. You play as the End Administrator, which is an absolutely criminal name, who wakes up from a long sleep to help rebuild the planet Talos 2. There's mystery here, there's lore, there's ambition. Unfortunately, there's also exposition. So much exposition, endless exposition, exposition explaining other exposition. It's the Kingdom Hearts school of storytelling where if you don't understand something, don't worry, they'll explain it again using 3 new terms and a different font. I like the ideas behind the story. I do not like being trapped in a visual novel between every 5 minutes of gameplay. Now we need to talk about combat, because this is where Arknights Endfield lost me completely. The combat is not broken, it's not buggy, it's not unfair. It is just deeply aggressively boring. For most of the first chapter, which took me around 20 hours going for full completion, you fight the exact same enemies on repeat. There are rock blob monsters called Agalai and humanoid tentacle guys called Landbreakers. That's basically it. I fought the same Landbreaker flamethrower enemy so many times that I'm convinced he has a permanent contract. These enemies take an absurdly long time to kill, and because enemy levels scale with your team, they never become easier. You don't feel stronger over time, you just feel busier. That might be fine if the combat system itself was engaging, but it really isn't. Enfield's combat clearly wants to be Wuthering Waves. You've got combo chains, dodges, parries, 4 character teams, synergy attacks, and ultimates. On paper, that's great. In practice, you spend most fights mashing basic attacks and waiting for cooldowns. Nothing hits particularly hard, nothing feels impactful. Characters look amazing, but they fight like they're underwater. There's also so much visual clutter on screen that dodging and parrying feels less like skill and more like guessing. Not that it matters, because I barely needed to dodge or parry at all during the entire first chapter. The game isn't difficult, it's just slow, painfully slow. It feels like a slog designed purely to keep you logged in. At one point, I jumped onto an account with fully leveled limited banner characters, signature weapons, max gear, the kind of account gacha players dream about. This should have been the power fantasy moment. Instead, it felt like doing the same thing, but with more particle effects. Enemies still sponge damage, combat still dragged, ultimates happen more often, sure, but nothing fundamentally changed. Meanwhile, cutscenes show characters annihilating enemies in a single strike, and I'm sitting there thinking, why can't I do that? Why do I need to hit this rock blob 400 times? Progression is the backbone of any gacha game, and Endfield follows the formula perfectly. You grind, you wait for resources to respawn, you click through menus, you pull on banners, you don't get what you want, you feel bad, and the game gently suggests that money might solve this problem. What makes Endfield worse is how little it respects your time. Daily tasks are mandatory and meaningless. Recycling stations are scattered across the map, nowhere near fast travel points. There's no combat, no puzzle, no challenge, you just run there, press a button, get resources, and do it again tomorrow. Exploration isn't much better. Movement is slow and awkward. You can't climb, you can't glide. Sometimes it feels like jumping is optional, compared to Wuthering Waves, which makes traversal genuinely fun. Endfield feels like it actively discourages curiosity. The factory system is supposed to be Endfield's big innovation, and at first I was genuinely excited by it. Building interconnected outposts, generating resources while offline, managing production chains, this is novel for a gacha game. And for a little while, it works. Then you realize what it actually is. Mine ore, refine ore, craft component, upgrade character, now do it again, with a slightly different ore, again and again and again. probably until the heat death of the universe. It looks complex, it feels fiddly, but once you understand it, it's surprisingly shallow. I cannot imagine managing this system on a mobile phone without developing a personal vendetta against my hands. Yes, there is also a tower defense mode. Yes, it makes sense. Because Arknights exists. No, it does not feel essential. It feels like a feature included because it had to be there, not because the game needed it. Endfield is also absolutely terrified of silence. Tutorials pop up constantly about factories, about characters, about menus, inside menus. Many of them are optional, which I appreciate, but the sheer volume makes the game feel like it doesn't trust you to breathe without instructions. I wanted to love Arknights Endfield. There is real potential here. The art is gorgeous, the music is excellent, the ideas are ambitious, but ambition without depth doesn't carry a live service game. Right now, Endfield is slow, grind heavy, and exhausting. It mistakes complexity for depth and confuses busy work for engagement. With enough updates, it could improve. But as it stands, I burned out far quicker than I expected. Arknights Endfield is a 6 out of 10. Stylish, frustrating, a factory you can play forever, but absolutely shouldn't. If you enjoyed this review, leave a like and subscribe for more gaming reviews. See you next time.